Hello there. How are you feeling? A little bit weird? Not too good. You feel a little bit dizzy, a little bit weird on the inside. That's okay. It's completely normal. You're dead. So you're gonna have a little bit of a difficult time trying to feel what is now normal to you. Yeah. You passed away. You were wasted. You died. I don't know if you want to know how, but you are going to be meeting the Lord soon. So I'm going to be cleaning up your face a little bit because cleanliness is next to godliness. And I want to make sure that you have the best possible chance of getting in to heaven. Yes, this is heaven. At the end, when I passed away, the dwarves, they live short lives. They're here in heaven with me. I think they've opened up the creek. I can hear the water rushing. Little dwarves. Little dwarves. It's Grumpy. I see him. No, you can go away. No, not you. I don't need you. Bring Happy. I like Happy. Anyways, so yeah, at the end, in my fate, did you not notice me and the prince riding off into a kingdom in the heavens? We didn't make it. No, yeah, we weren't on Earth anymore. We did not survive. This was not... I choked on the apple. The queen succeeded. Literally. But, you know, she was crushed underneath a boulder. So, which one's worse? Choking on an apple and then somehow meeting your dream man in the afterlife and then riding off on a nice horse into the kingdom of heaven? Or turning yourself through witchcraft into an old lady, an old bitter lady who then poisons your own stepdaughter and then gets crushed beneath the boulder and then rocket launched into hell? I mean, I can only imagine how many versions of her are currently burning in the pits of Sheol. But at the same time, I don't really worry myself with that anymore. I try to do my best now, and I live happily knowing that I'm never gonna have to be tormented again, unlike her. So, who now lives in the torment that she wreaked on Earth. So, I'm just going to be cleaning your face. I'm going to be giving it a good brush and then a good spray. I trickle while you wait. So I'm going to be just spraying your face a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to be just brushing it, allowing all of the little dirts and particles to clean away from your face. Okay. Stay still for me, stay still. I take great pleasure in cleaning. I'm just going to get this little sweep. A 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 little sweep. 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 Swoop. Can you think of 3 good things that you've done today? Well, I suppose not today because okay, I won't get into the details because once again, I don't think you want to know. But could you tell me 3 good things that you've done this week before the incident? Just name me 3 good things that you've done this week. Uh-huh. Yeah. Wow. That's such a kind-hearted thing to be. Like, if you can't think of 3 good things you've done this week, that means you never count all of your good deeds. That means your good deeds are served just for the sake of doing them. You don't even think of them as being something of note, because why would anyone take note of something good when that is what you're supposed to do anyways? You have a very kind and gentle disposition. But can you please at least recall something for me? Yeah, anything at all. Any good deed, done selflessly, without any expectation for payback, any recompense. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to switch over now, and I'm going to use the square brush. That way, I'm going to give it a good little spritz again. That way, I can sort of cover your face. No, Dopey. No, Dopey. I already cleaned you. Dopey, don't make me have to file another complaint. Go away. I already cleaned you. Dopey, I will report you. Please leave me alone. The dwarves have always been a little bit weird, you could say. But it's fine. I have my prince. He's actually right now picking out a bouquet for me. He always likes going out into the heavenly woods and picking out little flowers for me. He says that when he found me in my glass coffin, he was so moved by my beauty that he just died upon seeing me. And I was like, oh my god, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, really? You died upon seeing me? That is the most romantic thing ever. And like, we met once before at the well, when we were singing together, like we sang together. It was just what we did. It was a vibe. I mean, I was just singing and then he came along. Here, let me spritz you. And then he came along and he was all like, let me sing with you. And I was all like, oh my god, who is this stranger? Like, what? Like, excuse me. But then he did that whole thing where it's like you say no, but then they're like, come on, I know you don't want to say no. And then you actually don't want to say no. And you go, oh wow, oh my, oh. I guess I'm going with this. Oh, this is actually like really attractive. And you start to swoon and you start to feel like a princess. And so I was like, oh, hello there, unnamed prince. You're like super attractive. I literally ran up to my bedroom and he was still singing outside my window. But then when I noticed him from like that distance, I was like, oh, he's actually kind of cute, okay? And I was kind of like swooning over him in the window. But then my stepmother noticed that and she was all like, jelly. She was all like jealous. And she was all like, oh, so Snow White gets this handsome unnamed prince vibing with her at the well, singing a happy-go-lucky song. I'm gonna start brushing your face. But yet, she doesn't. And I'm like, you married my dad. Like, you had your king. Stop being weird. Like, it's just like, there's nothing weirder than an old lady or an older lady who looks at a young girl and goes, why do you get attention? Like, you had your time. Why do you envy something so transient? It's a mating ritual, you old bitch. Like, what? Why are you getting... She literally poisoned me to death. She literally tried killing me like 3 times. She sent a hunter after me to try and carve out my organs. If that's not the definition of a witch, I don't know what is. Anyways, me and God are working it out. I still have a little bit of like annoyance because I'm like so shocked by what she did. Like, she literally like turned herself into an old lady so that way I could just be nice to her, because I'm like nice to old ladies. Now I'm kind of like, anytime an old lady dies and goes up to heaven, I'm like, ayo God, she's not gonna try to give me an apple, is she? She's not gonna try to poison me, is she? Like, she's okay, right? I'm scared. but the prince always takes care of me now, and he's always like, I'll protect you. Don't worry. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna make sure no old ladies give you apples. He even said, like, okay. He even told me that if he was around, or if I had ran to him after the whole, like, Hunter trying to tear out my heart and then feed it in the box to the queen. Okay. He said that if I had ran to him, he would have protected me and that we would have lived together forever in his kingdom. And I was like, well, now we get to live forever together in the kingdom of God. So, I mean, I guess that's even better, even though we could have had time on earth to live in our own kingdom and then also died and then gone to the kingdom of heaven, as opposed to me living in a cottage and having to do all of the domestic labor for 7 dwarves, 7 laborious dwarves, 6 of which made me abysmally miserable. Happy's the only one. Happy's the only one who got me. So yeah, he was all like, I would have protected you, and no old lady would have given you apples, because he would have been all like, we would have had like security, like an old lady would have never been able to even walk up to the window that I was staying in. And I was like, no, nobody in the outside would have. I would have been so well guarded. And I'm like, but what if I want to like meet new people and I want to engage with new people? And he was all like, well, babe, I'm gonna be real with you. It's very sweet of you and all, but I don't trust anyone around you, because I want to make sure that you're protected and that nothing ever happens to you, because like you're literally my heart. And I was like, oh my God, I'm your heart. The queen tried literally carving my heart right out of my fleshy body, but you gave me your heart. And so I was like super happy. So yeah, he loved me so much he literally died when he saw that I was dead, because he said I was so beautiful that to see something so beautiful dead literally made his body react. So yeah. Anyways, I'm like super happy. I'm like happier than I've ever been. But I'm like cautious now. I'm a little more aware. Unfortunately, dying that way kind of gave me a little bit of perspective in the world. Like, the people that are around you really can get to you. Clean this up a little bit right there. And right there. I'm just gonna frame your face a little bit right there. And right there. And right there. Okay, perfect. I think you look really good. I think you look spectacular. Spick and span. I think you're ready to present yourself to the Lord. Yeah. Just walk that way and then you'll see him and then you'll be judged. Yeah. He's very fair. I myself have some, some attributes now, some negative attributes. If I see an apple, I become a little feral now. If I see a comb, I get a little feral now. If I see a corset, I get a little feral now. But he understands. He gets it. However, if you're someone like the queen, where you'll do literally anything she ever did, you're not gonna make it. That's not me. It's just from what I've seen. It's from what I've observed happen in real time. Yeah. So anyways, good luck. I guess I can't wish you luck, but may the Lord bless.